I'm not proud of my contribution as an occultist, and I know I'm tampering with people's faith. I'm the occultist who, in my line of duty, has deceived, lied, and even harmed. I'm the one who helps pastors with the power they seek to deceive too. I also help people with luck, love, spiritual awakening powers, and snake wealth and more. I just feel bad when I see your stories and I want to share peace. I grew up in a family where everyone believed in tradition. No Jesus we knew, and it was just like that. Everyone was too busy to notice the darkness brewing within me. But at home, we had a close family occultist who would change my life forever. It all began with a serious sickness that left me bedridden for days. My parents, desperate for a solution, took me to see the family occultist, a man whose words would haunt me for years to come. As I lay before him, feeling like death's cold grip was tightening around me, he looked deep into my eyes and guaranteed my recovery. But his words came with a sinister caveat. I was chosen, called by the gods themselves. It sounded like madness, but my parents seemed to understand the unspoken language of the occult. They nodded in agreement, their faces etched with a mix of concern and conviction. That was my introduction to the world of darkness, where the lines between reality and madness blurred. The occultist's words resonated deeply within me. This calling is the reason for your struggles, the reason why everything you touch turns to dust. School, work, relationships, all had been a struggle, as if an invisible force was working against me. The occultist's words offered a twisted explanation, one that would draw me deeper into the shadows. My parents left me in the occultist's care, and I couldn't shake the feeling that they knew exactly what they were getting me into. It felt like they were surrendering me to a fate worse than death. They were selling me off, abandoning me to the whims of this mysterious figure. I stayed with the occultist for almost a month. Within the first week, my physical health began to recover, but my freedom was another story. I became the occultist's slave, forced to do his bidding, performing every menial task. But it was the nights that filled me with dread. The occultist would wake me in the dead of night, ordering me to accompany him to the chamber where he conducted his dark rituals. Every time, I'd faint, only to awaken with no memory of what had transpired. The only evidence of those nocturnal excursions was the cuts and bruises that would appear on my body. As time passed, I began to notice a change within myself. A voice, dark and malevolent, whispered in my ear, fueling an insatiable anger towards everyone and everything. I hated the world and myself. The anger consumed me, burning brighter with each passing day. Toward the end of my stay, the occultist prepared a ceremony to mark my return home. But I wasn't the same person who had arrived at his doorstep. Something had taken residence within me, something that seethed with hatred for all humanity, even the innocent children. I no longer recognized myself. I went home, but I was something else. The darkness that had taken hold now walked among my family, hidden behind my face. That same year, the occultist passed away, as if his mission was complete. My mother suffered a stroke and followed him to the grave. My father, consumed by grief, lost his mind. In a bizarre finale, he ran towards a car. His final act was a haunting testament to the destruction that had ravaged our family. The darkness that had claimed me now spread its roots, infecting everything I touched. I became a conduit for malevolence, unleashing chaos and despair wherever I went. Seeking escape, I moved to a new place where no one knew me. But visions of man of God seeking my help began to haunt me. I'd see them, hear their pleas, and somehow know exactly what they wanted. Started small, but soon my reputation grew. People sought me out for wealth, revenge, and harm. When I helped them, I had no idea how, but something within me took over. Memories of that place began to resurface, memories of the terror I endured. Something with sharp teeth would latch onto me, sucking on my private parts. I couldn't see it, but I knew it was malevolent. I've done more harm than I ever thought possible. I want to stop, but I'm trapped in this cycle of darkness. I've helped numerous powerful and famous pastors, influential business leaders, and talented celebrities, even during the COVID-19 pandemic. My services were in high demand, and I reaped the rewards. I have everything money can buy: mansions, cars, jewelry, but none of it brings me peace. I'm constantly haunted by the darkness within me and the memories of what I endured. Something with sharp teeth still latches onto me, sucking on my private parts, and I feel its malevolent presence every day. I've tried to break free, but it's too strong. I'm a slave to the darkness, and I don't know how to escape. I've lost count of the number of people I've harmed and the lives I've destroyed. I'm filled with regret and remorse, but it's too late now. I'm forever bound to this darkness, and I don't know how to find my way back to the light. My story is one of tragedy and despair, a cautionary tale of the dangers of dabbling in forces beyond our control. I hope that someone, somewhere, will learn from my mistakes and avoid the path that I've taken. But until then, I'm doomed to walk this dark road, forever trapped in the shadows.